Hello, this is Ricky and my co-host, Mr. Fenn.
What up?
And this is Past the Pop Culture, where we talk about anything gaming, movies, anime, or simply want to rant about the internet today. So for the topic today is going to be Godzilla versus Kong. Before we get into it, we just want to make sure, check out Mr. Fenn's stream on Twitch. And then also follow us and, subscribe if you're listening to YouTube or
download.
Yep. Follow us on all the social medias. We're at the Pop Culture on everything. It's still a work in progress. Sorry. But we're gonna start having more content up. We're hoping to kind of do sneak peeks every week about the upcoming episode, and of course, if you want to know when we are going to release the next episode, always make sure to follow us.
True that. All right. So we just saw the movie like literally 5 minutes ago.
Yeah,
so it's
we
fresh
literally.
in our brain. If we forget anything, well.
Yeah, we literally just started this podcast to talk about these things, and so because we're always passionate. Mm-hmm. First non-spoiler review at the beginning, I feel like, and then towards the end, we'll probably go a little bit more into some of the scenes, a little bit more in detail. Mm-hmm. So this part's gonna be the non-spoiler part, and we'll let you know when gets more into the spoiler part. Yeah, so we'll give warnings. But yeah, so I think first thing would be really great is to kind of just give it a rating right off the bat. What's your gut telling you, Jonathan?
Ooh, a 1 out of 10. I hate 1 out of 10, but based on the scale of 1 to 5, I would give it probably like a 6.5, 7.
Really?
Solid, yeah.
A solid 6.5, 7. Because I was honestly feeling the same way. That's
all right,
funny.
episode's over.
Yeah. All right, guys, that's a wrap.
But so without spoiling it, of course, like, because it is, I believe it's the best one out of the 3 or 4.
Oh no, definitely solid. Like that's the best thing we can say about it. It's just solid CGI, solid everything. Without
spoiling it though, but I feel like Godzilla was shown more. I felt like in the other movies he wasn't
he was menacing. Like in this one, like
I liked how he had like facial expressions.
Oh yeah, Kong. I think they really got it down, especially with this movie. Just like the body language, even like you didn't know what they're saying, or well, you knew what they're saying from their body expressions, but without the words, which was monsters. Amazing. Yeah,
well, at least I guess from Kong you can kind of, because monkey equals human or whatever, but from like a reptile Godzilla, it's like
I know what you mean. Yeah, I mean, so you would say a 6. So when you say a 6 out of or 6, 7ish,
6.5, 7.
Is that like 60-70% for you? Because I know like when I say a 6 or 7, that means it's just a solid movie. Because like I was explaining like in the first episode, most of the time the movie starts at a 5, and then I give it points from there. 5 is okay. That's how I view it. Right. Like 5 is just it's base. 5 is usually just like mediocre stuff, like whatever. No strong feelings either way. 6 and 7 usually is like it was good. But it's a good watch. And then once you start getting to like 8, 9, that's when it's really good. And like I said before, 10s, I really rarely touch 10. Like when it cuts to rating these movies.
Then mine's definitely like a 7, because based on that scale at least, because I usually start movies like at a 0.
Oh, okay.
Because I like to be disappointed, so I give it a 7.
Low, soft expectations, right?
Yeah, because you don't want to be like, oh, Godzilla vs. Kong is gonna be the greatest movie. There's gonna be blood. There's gonna be whatever, and it's like, you watch it and it's like, oh, they're just doing a little wrestle and then they're done.
Yeah, it's like a cheap WWE match or something. Bad
with
CGI from like the 1950s. You're still using toys to fight each other. No, there's nothing wrong with those movies. Actually, they have a lot of charm. But like now to do something like that, I feel like it'd be kind of difficult.
I think the reason I didn't give it anything higher, because I usually do give movies pretty darn high reviews, is because I felt like when it started, I already felt like we're missing something.
Yeah, I think because they did say that. And this is non-essential to the plot. It was
like 3 years, right?
Yeah, it was like it's been a few years. So, I don't know. Yeah, I did feel like, because I'm not a huge fan of the whole like MonsterVerse thing. Like I'm not, I enjoy it for what it is. It is fun. It's fun to watch monsters like beat each other up.
Yeah.
But I'm not too like into like the lore. Like there's some people that really know about the lore. And so I don't know if we missed something like in between or, yeah.
Well, no, because even how it started, they didn't really show like, without spoiling it, the characters that they already had in this movie, they felt like they're already like predefined and everything, and it's like they weren't even in the old movies.
Yeah, I mean I guess that's a fair assessment.
I'm trying really hard not to spoil it. So
Yeah. We'll have to go into it a little bit later. But so you would say we would both give it like a 6 out of 6, 7 out of 10. But you said more of a 7.
I'd give more 7.
Yeah, I'd give it
if
like
it's purely on like monsters fighting each other, then it's like an 8.
Oh,
especially
okay.
for like the very end.
No, of course, yeah. Like, I would probably give it a similar rating as to you, like a 7 as well. I mean, I would honestly like if you've already watched the other movies, there's no reason not to watch this movie.
It'd be weird if you didn't.
Yeah, like if you especially or even if you weren't a big fan of the other movies that came out, Kong Skull Island, I believe, and the other Godzilla movies, I'd still give this a watch just because I felt like they really kicked up the action in this one comparatively. CGI was on point. They felt lifelike. It really felt like you were in the setting with them. And I think they've almost got it like as like an art form, the whole monster fighting in these movies. And man, like props to the CGI artists and all that. Like
I felt like this was a little bit more real than say like Pacific Rim.
Yeah. Pacific Rim I wasn't the biggest fan of actually looking back, but
in terms of like monster fighting against robots,
it wasn't bad. It was just like it was more there. I felt like it was nothing like you can really knock it too bad for comparatively, because like I don't watch these movies for like the high art like man, this movie's so impactful emotionally or whatever, but like no, but definitely like for just good action. It's serves
all,
its
like
purposes.
childlike fighting monsters and movies over.
Yeah, like it's a solid thing.
So with that being said, though, since it is just like monsters fighting, do you think the movie would have been better without all the, I guess, the subplot to kind of like tie things together?
Oh, we're talking about the people.
People, yeah.
I feel like sometimes the people get in the way. Sometimes I just want to see monsters fighting. Yeah. And the subplot, I felt like it was okay. I'm not sure about you, but in this one, it wasn't so intrusive.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. Yeah.
It felt like it was slightly important. It made sense, and I think it was good the way they not to go into spoilers again because later on we'll go into it more. Yeah, but it was pretty good comparatively to just. It felt like sometimes these kind of movies get in its own way by having, ironically, a plot.
Yeah.
But I felt like they did a good job on balancing that. With that being said, we would give it a solid recommendation.
Yeah, I would. I would definitely.
Especially if you've seen the movies, like I said
think
before.
Personally, is the better of the trilogy or whatever, 4 of them.
Yeah.
The CGI alone, I would watch just because of the monsters.
Oh yeah, just it's impressive on its own, and I mean I know we've mentioned the CGI, but I don't know. I felt like it was really impressive to me.
You can't skip that. Like you just can't. I can't say it, but like just when they're fighting and like some expressions they did, it's like holy cow. How'd they do that for a giant reptile?
Yeah.
But and the sound and everything, I don't know. Maybe I should give this an 8. No, I'm gonna stick with the 7.
No one's gonna believe us now. No one's gonna believe us. Like they're too flimsy.
It's a 7, but if it's only monsters, then I give it like an 8 because it's like the best monster.
It's movie. A 7, okay? Because I do have to knock it. Like even though I was saying the people, they did a better job.
Yeah.
I still felt like they got a little bit in the way.
I don't think they were needed.
Yeah, I mean, I understand, like, to move things, sometimes you do need the people. I just feel like the actors were good. I can't complain about them. It's just, I feel like just the genre itself, it's the biggest hurdle that it has in this genre. But with that being said, what do you think's the future of, like, the monster, I guess, like, mecha, and like, almost like anime-esque movies now? Because I felt like this movie took a lot of inspiration from anime. I'm not sure if you felt that way too.
I could see why without spoiling it,
but yeah, like
I don't know, because there's not really other. Unless they bring that Japanese, what's his name, that giant guy that fights also Godzilla. But I think the only time you can really do monsters if it's either Pacific Rim related or anything with Godzilla. I mean, on the top of my head, I can't think of any monster movies.
I think there was one on Netflix, but I never got the chance to watch it. But yeah, I mean, because I don't know what's next for this genre, because not that it's stagnant. I don't like saying a genre.
I hope it's stagnant.
Not over. Yeah, I mean, did you feel like it was kind of over?
Yeah, honestly, I kind of did.
Like, it was the climax of the series?
Yeah, I feel like, all right, Godzilla vs. Kong, they did whatever.
I mean, who do you fight after that?
It's like, all right, and what's next from here? I mean, they haven't introduced, like, half the monsters that Godzilla faces, but I feel like after this, I think they're done. Because they didn't even have, like, an end credit scene. And
there's no,
It just ended like, all right, well.
So, yeah, if you do go see the movie, don't worry about it being end credits or wait. The beginning, there's a lot of, like, Easter eggs and cool ways that they tie in all the movies together. So, just to be on lookout for that.
The intro cinematic.
Yeah, the intro cinematic is really good.
That was cool. I did like that part. You know how, like, when they would show Godzilla and then whatever monsters he was fighting and he was, like, progressing up the ladder, and then same thing with Kong, and at the very end it's like, oh, no,
I don't know if this is a weird reference to make, but in The Incredibles, where there's that scene where Mr. Incredible goes into that big room and then it shows, like, the robot, like, terminated,
exactly.
And I felt like they were doing like that, and I don't know, maybe
wow, what a reference. Okay, yeah.
I feel like that was kind of like that's what they kind of did. It just reminded me of that because I saw some meme related to that, and then so I think that's why.
Incredibles, Godzilla,
but
same universe? Question mark?
Shared universe.
You heard it here first.
Yeah. That's our theory for the day. No, but yeah, no, like I felt that because like the way they did it was like they almost looked like a tournament scoreboard kind of thing they do at the beginning, and I don't know, it just reminded me of the Incredibles, that one scene. I hope you guys know what I'm referring to if you're listening, but yeah, no,
it's really hard to tiptoe around this without spoiling it, so I think we should just full on spoil like.
So everything. Go into a more in-depth review.
Yeah, warning.
Yeah, so this is gonna be our spoiler warning right now. So, pause it, go watch the movie, and then come back. And
won't
then
get mad.
Yeah, come back, listen to what you have to say, because good solid movie, definitely worth. If you have HBO Max already, there's no reason why not to go and watch it. Good fun. Hour 50 minutes.
Solid 7.
Yeah, solid 7. So, go ahead, go watch that. Pick up right here. And then, we'll go in depth a little bit more right now.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, download, watch us, listen to us, share it.
Yeah,
literally all over social media.
Yeah.
It's faster just to say that.
Yeah.
But anyways, spoiler parts.
Okay, yeah, spoiler part.
How do we start? Because we could spoil it easily.
Well, I think we've given the audience enough time so that they know to click off by now.
Okay, so the beginning. I found in the very beginning, like, how they had that weird song playing and then just, King Kong walking around, taking a bath.
Oh, yeah,
I was like
a day in the life.
This guy's a bro.
Like the Shrek opening, I don't know if I can sing it without... but,
copyright.
But yeah, like, it was
cool.
Cool, yeah. I think, but I feel like sometimes they did my boy so dirty. King Kong, they're just dragging him across the mud whole movie.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So more in the beginning though, now we can kind of spoil it, like how they're already on Kong Island. They already like established like a base, I guess, and they're just kind of locked them up in that little shell.
Oh yeah, the Kong containment facility. And then I was telling you during the movie, they missed the opportunity to call it confinement or something like that. Containment facility. Like it would have been like a good pun, but I mean, okay, it's called Apex, the big
bad guy.
Yeah, so I'm like, come on, it's a little on the nose.
Yeah,
Apex Predator.
Apex Predator.
I feel like they could have done that. Or maybe they didn't think about it.
But why didn't think? Okay, so since they're so like dead on, why didn't they think Apex was a bad guy? It's like, wait, this company is literally called Apex.
There's Apex Predators. They're trying to control the
monsters. Nah, we'll be fine.
No. They can't.
We'll be fine.
The guy has a fancy haircut.
Yeah.
No.
With an accent, that's like villain 101 right there.
Yeah, I know. He's got a,
I don't. Hopefully that's not mean, but.
No. I mean, he was a good actor. Yeah. I liked it. I think he made a convincing villain. I can't remember the name of the actor.
But like, where did he come from? So this is like again.
I feel like we're gonna look like such noobs on the internet.
Yeah.
Right now.
He's actually from. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
We're anime nerds, but like the 3 year skip. I feel like they could have. I don't know. Maybe made
it
more
didn't
references.
feel so abrupt, but at the same time. I feel like maybe it was just missing a little bit of context.
Yeah.
Or just maybe we just got to get good and listen to the or follow all the lore or whatever. Watch all those videos on YouTube.
Yeah.
Connecting it all.
I don't know. I just don't like when movies like automatically assume that you know everything or you have to piece it. I don't know.
I mean, I don't like docking movies down for that necessarily. But I can see like I mean, honestly, if you never as long as you have a base knowledge of who
it's not gonna
King Kong, I was about to say Donkey Kong, but King Kong and Godzilla are, I think, like, you can just enjoy the movie just off its the pure like action. But yeah, no, I don't know. I do feel like the main villain was a little bit too, I don't know how to word it, like mustache twirling. Haha,
like, right?
I am villain. You know, I mean, you know, it was a good villain. He was convincing the role and everything. Like, I understand, but yeah, it was like kind of generic bad guy.
I didn't feel like he was needed, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean,
again, I don't think you really
to
need humans, but
to have Mega Godzilla, someone's got to do it.
But it's like, even in the last one, they never showed who bought. Oh, maybe they did. I can't really remember. They never showed who bought like the head, and then just 3 years from now, Apex just comes out of nowhere, and then this guy's here already owns it. It's like, how did you? I kind of want to know how he bought it, how they even started.
Oh, a little bit of backstory, I guess.
Because they just literally just showed Mecha Godzilla. It's like, all right, he's done already.
Yeah, they didn't.
We just need a battery for him.
I mean, it was cool when they showed it off, and of course, like I bet who anyone's listening to this is like, yeah, it was pretty sick when they showed it off.
No doubt about it.
Yeah, no doubt. But yeah, I think. Well, I guess because I do like surprises, but also too, it does leave a little bit of questions like, where'd this come from? Where is that? And maybe if we paid attention more to like the story. But I go to these movies to see the butt kick in action. I mean,
I don't want to like have to investigate. I mean, maybe.
I mean, no. I mean, I don't know like how to make it sound, but like the lore is cool and everything. It's just sometimes like I just want to have monkey brain and go like, whoo.
But then if you start talking about like anime or DC, they're like, well, why do they know more about this?
Yeah.
So it's like
because
we're
like
treading dark, shallow
waters.
This
is a little bit out, like if we're being honest, a little outside of our field, like the whole monsterverse, like because
average consumer review. That's what this is.
Yeah. This is the we're not very well versed in this, but I still feel like we can give a little bit of our opinion on it.
Yeah.
We're
smart, I think. I don't know, but so let's talk about the fight, since that's literally Godzilla vs. Kong. How'd you think of the fight?
The fights were good. They were not boring. They actually lasted a good amount of time. I don't feel like they overstayed their welcome. I didn't feel like they were too short. I know, like, of course, like the big battle at the end versus, well, I should say the one with Kong and Godzilla, really solid. It was fun.
It was cool.
Yeah, I was like seeing them like smash through the buildings and like I don't know, like and hopefully whoever's listening to this also felt like that. Like it was just so cool. Like
it'd be very interesting if people didn't like that part. Like when Godzilla won, he's like stomping on King Kong, and then he just smiles at him like loser.
Yeah, like, or like when he burned him and he's like
get wrecked.
Yeah. So he's like, get good, kid. What, you have a little axe, bro? I'm 3 feet tall, or 3 times taller than you, bro. Like,
I mean, it was good. It was good.
Were we? I know, like this is a little off topic, but were you worried about like the matchup? I guess like because Kong is strong and you have Godzilla, but you got a radioactive boy versus a monkey.
So like remember how I said that Godzilla's were shown a lot more in this movie? I feel like in the other movies he just comes, gets beat up a little bit once, comes back again, and the movie's over.
No, I understand.
On here, like they had like the intro where he's on the water.
You know what? He had way more personality in this one. I think it was solid, like how they did that, because like I actually enjoyed how they made Godzilla look like a bad guy, because the whole movie you're like, oh, what's this? What's going on? Why is he doing this thing? Yeah. And of course, like you knew, like eventually we'd understand.
Yeah,
but it was really cool.
In the beginning, we're like, well, why is he attacking humans all of a sudden?
Yeah, and it was really cool, like to see the destruction and all that. But I'm just glad those things aren't real, because I would not be a happy camper.
I mean, that's one of those things where it's like, man, I wish they were cool, like real.
Yeah.
But then it's like, well, no, I don't, because then we'll be all dead. But
yeah.
I feel like that's a good monster movie.
Okay, like so when I watch these movies, they get me stressed out because I think like when I see the buildings, I'm like, bro, how many people just died right there? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not sure if it's a weird thing to think about, like in the middle of the action scene, but sometimes I'm just like watching it I'm like, bro, is anyone in that building? Like,
yeah, and why the humans just sitting there, watching giant monsters fight each other, and then
I mean, honestly, I kind of would be too,
Yeah,
like from a distance. But
yeah, from a distance, but not from like underneath.
But
their feet.
you got like the radioactive beam. That thing goes like out for like infinity. You just, just.
It's like, oh, look, a light. I don't know. But
yeah.
That was a cool part though too, when Godzilla was shooting his, I don't know what it's called, his beam down to like literally the center of the
breath?
earth. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was pretty cool.
So since he did that, does that mean Hong Kong? So we can dig ourselves straight down to Hong Kong, or?
I don't know. So like, yeah. So what do you think about the Hollow Earth thing? Like, cause I've heard about that conspiracy theory before.
Well, in terms of the movie, I thought they already went there from the last one. Cause remember, Godzilla pretty much lost, and then they went into like that weird, like it was underwater, but then like you pop out and it's all radiation. Remember that?
Oh, I can't recall it right now, of course, but probably like when after this, I'll be like, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, so in the last movie, because Godzilla got smoked by the Hydra dude. I can't believe I don't remember his name. I'm gonna get
we're like blanking out. We're gonna get roasted so hard for this
I'm
episode.
I'm gonna get destroyed. Anyways, but so yeah, I call him Hydra because he's literally Hydra. So, but yeah, so he got his butt whooped, and then the crew went down with the submarine or whatever, and then he was just chilling in the radiation area, which I thought was the Earth's core, but I guess not, according to this movie. Maybe, I don't know. And then they threw the atomic bomb. Remember? I don't know if you remember now, but
I remember something like that.
So it's like I thought that because when he said the hollow Earth, I was like, wait, didn't they already go there?
Yeah. And then when they went through, I was like, is this Journey to the Center of the Earth? And then
well, because it's literally like land, and then on top of it's land, and it's like I feel like that shot was the exact poster of Journey to the Center of the Earth.
Yeah. It reminded me of that, but maybe
that's where they are.
Yeah. I could have sworn The Rock was in the movie for whatever reason. I don't know why. That's probably like the dumbest thing to think, but I just because like when I saw that scene, I was just like, oh, and like because like look, The Rock's been on like if you look at Jumanji, Journey to the Center of the Earth, like they all have like the same jungle looking thing, So I'm like, he's got to be in at least this one or one of these, but it's a missed opportunity.
The Rock likes to be in the jungle, huh?
Yes.
No comments there, but anyways.
Yeah.
No, it was interesting, the whole hollow center thing. And then I feel like when King Kong, I don't know why I kept calling King Kong, when he did go in to the center of the earth, I guess, the hollow earth, and then like that's, I'm assuming, where his people were? Because it looked like they had like a whole building and like his civilization was there or something.
Yeah, I mean, if anybody knows like the background story about that, like just like drop a comment or let us know or, something. Yeah. But because I am interested in that, like, because that's cool. Like, I don't understand the lore behind that. I wish I did. Probably could have looked it up beforehand.
Because it was interesting because it was literally a building. There was a chair, so I'm assuming there's like some kind of king or something.
Yeah, like that was cool. That was like where he wasn't just Kong. He's now King Kong. Yeah. Like he has his throne. His.
Oh, maybe that's why I keep calling King Kong. That makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, well, I don't know, like.
Well, because you went to the bathroom at this part, but so I had the axe, right? So he put down the axe, and then it formed like a circle around his chair, but it was in the shape of Godzilla. I don't know if you. I think.
I think I came like
at the very end, like the blue thing on the floor. So yeah, that became the shape of Godzilla. So that was.
Well, wait, actually, what do you think of the axe? Because I like again, we don't know anything about the lore, so like we're just taking this from like just face value. Did you like the axe as an addition, like giving him kind of like a weapon?
Yeah. I thought it was a spear for whatever reason, but it was an axe. I thought in the trailer it was a spear, actually.
Oh, you might have confused that at the beginning where he grabbed like the tree trunk and like just threw it. Actually,
because in the trailer it didn't look like an axe, I think, if I can remember correctly. But it was interesting. I guess I don't really know why he needed a weapon, but I guess if you're going against a giant lizard that shoots blue beams out of his mouth,
like the memes, like my favorite is where like you have the monkey sitting and he's like, "Listen, guys, I'm gonna try pretty hard, but he is Godzilla," like, and so it made me like, it was kind of funny and like
it's like God versus a weapon. It's like I don't know how you win that.
No, yeah, and like I did enjoy the memes that come from this because there was like a whole bunch of people who were like, monkey always wins, or
maybe we should post those memes on our social media.
Yeah, or if you got some good memes, send that to us because those are always fun. But
it was interesting. I feel like there's some kind of connection that maybe we missed because I know they had the whole rivalry, like, oh, it's definitely Godzilla versus King Kong, and then I think the girl said that it was, oh no, it's just their old ancestors. Maybe they're not the same. And then King Kong goes like to the Hollow Center, and then like Godzilla's little outlines right there. So it's like I wonder if they're supposed to be allies, or I don't
they're connected in some way or something. Yeah,
like maybe there should be another movie, right?
I mean, but where do you go from here? I mean,
that's true.
You're gonna have like God come from the sky and like like every JRPG ever, just like you gotta defeat.
Part 2 begin. It was cool though, like how they did say like it was kind of cheesy. It was like, oh, round 2 goes to Kong, but it's like it was cool how like round 1 was Godzilla versus King Kong in the water. That was a cool scene. That
was cool, like the battleship scene and everything. That of course it was always fun to watch that. Edge of my seat, kind of like
like who's gonna drown? But did you like the characters though? I guess we should talk about the humans.
Yeah. I mean, all the losers in the movie. I mean, no.
I still don't feel like they're needed at all.
I mean, yeah. To get him to the center of the earth, sure.
Like, why did the main bad guy's daughter have to be so? I don't know.
Meanie pants.
Yeah, like something's up her butt.
I don't know. Of course, I think it was just to help like drive antagonism into like the whole like oh yes, they're definitely bad guys because even the daughter's bad.
I don't know, that bugged me a lot when she just comes in.
But it was satisfying
when she did
when they crushed I just like how like just get her out of the way and they're shooting him and then he's just like, bro, really? Smash. And just crash.
I don't know. I don't like when characters are just angry because they're the sibling of. I mean it makes sense, but. Like she just shows up and is like, "Hey, I hate everybody. Now come meet me."
Yeah. I think I wouldn't call her character unnecessary, but I mean, just to have that scene alone, I think they probably added her in. I mean, but like, there's only so much you can do with these kind of movies. You know what I mean? True.
But like, why waste it on character development? Why not just add more monsters or something?
Yeah, especially if like they're just gonna die at the end.
Yeah, it's like, what's the whole point of that? It's like,
well, I mean, she didn't really. To be fair, she didn't really have character development. I mean, she was just angry the whole movie.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, because I always feel like in these kind of movies, they always add just like that one dude who's like a jerk or that one girl who's like kind of a jerk from the company. And he's like, oh, be impressed with me. Look at. And then, they usually get killed off. So, I mean, that was kind of.
And then, of course, the trio of, what's her name? Millie, and then that kid with the glasses, and then the.
Oh, yeah. Engineer. I thought they were great. Like, they did good. Because I always feel like. They always try to ride off of that Stranger Things success whenever they add her. I don't know. I mean, I'm not a hater. Like, she's a good actress. Like, genuinely. Like, because I watched the first season of Stranger Things and I liked it. But I feel like it got overhyped and I was like, I'm gonna.
Wait, only season 1?
Yeah, only season 1. Because like literally the first day Stranger Things dropped, I watched it, loved it, watched the whole thing, and I was like a fan before anybody was a fan of it. Like, not to flex on anybody, but like, because.
You were cool before everyone else was cool.
Yeah, before it was cool. Like, because I would be like, hey, have you seen, like, I remember being like, hey, have you seen this? And then everyone's like, no. Like, Stranger Things.
Wait, so you haven't seen the new stuff for Stranger Things?
I have not seen the new stuff. But, yeah, I mean, not to go into a whole tangent. But no.
That just bothered me.
No, it's because it's like, it's just one of those things, like, I don't know, like, because it was good. Like, the first season especially, I wanted a second season, but I remember watching part of the second season and then it got so like overhyped and I don't know, maybe I think I'm too cool and like indie for that when it gets popular. Maybe that's what it is. God. But no, it was it was good. But yeah, it's like she's not a bad actress. But I've noticed that whenever they put her into these kind of movies, I'm always worried that they're gonna kind of like
focus too much on her.
Too much on her. But of course they get her into these movies because they know that she does have like a large younger following to get into these movies. And you get the kids still will watch it, of course. They're gonna pay for the parents are gonna go watch it, and so
just to see her, right?
Yeah, I mean, because I feel like the Stranger Things kids, like they're all good. Like I don't want to make it seem like I'm hating, so like get a bunch of hate mail now.
Just to be clear, this is Ricky talking.
Yes, Mr. Fenn. I'll take the heat for that one. But no, like I did like because like I want her to like actually feel like she doesn't have to be the Stranger Things kid.
Yeah, she's a good actress. Have you seen her in Enola Holmes? I don't know if you've seen that on Netflix. It's Sherlock Holmes, but she's the sister.
No, I don't think I have.
Really? Henry Cavill? Sherlock Holmes?
No, like
that's fan service for me.
Oh man, well yeah, but
well, she was good in that.
Henry Cavill, is like daddy too, so yeah. But no, yeah, like, but I don't even know the whole point of what I was saying of this, but it was good. Like I just hope like I was just glad that when they put her in the movie, they didn't force her to be like, we're gonna recreate Stranger Things, but in Godzilla. Like, so no, like that was my point being like, I appreciate that they allowed her to kind of like, even though she's playing a similar character, I guess like and what I mean by this is like the whole like kids going on an adventure kind of thing, and like, you know, there's like one adult, like one older person who's like watching over them, like, and it was just like her, and then I can't remember the other kid's name.
Who?
The chubby kid with glasses.
Oh, the comedy guy. I don't know, what was his name. Wow, this is terrible, but
yeah. Oh my goodness. Well, you see, because like we don't watch these movies for the characters, so we don't care what their names are. Like, so.
Well, I mean, it's because they didn't really focus on them, so it's like I feel like it would be hard to remember who they are.
Yeah, I guess like I don't even remember them saying their names a lot. I know like. I
mean, this is terrible, but
yeah, I know.
Mealy was super important in the last movie because his mom and her mom and daughter were involved.
Yeah,
and that's where her mom died.
I'm actually surprised that like with the deaf girl, they didn't have like them all like meet up.
Yeah,
I was surprised.
Okay, so again, I know they said she's from the island, but like, where'd she come from?
Like, oh well, she's the natives from the islands that like, because they were saying it in the movie, like, she's one of the natives from the island.
Yeah, I get
and
that.
When Kong went around, he wiped out most of she's the last survivor. Like, you know.
But like, so she wasn't in Kong Skull Island, and so even then they said, oh yeah, the civilization's wiped out. So where was she? I don't know. I'm probably just trying to connect movies that don't really need that.
Yeah.
Much
So
of a
wait,
connection.
well, first, like, are they connected universes?
Yeah, they're all.
Yeah.
They're all
okay, that's what I thought.
Because this is the same Kong
connected.
from Kong Skull Island, and so that Skull Island is the one from the Kong Skull Island movie, and so even in that, like, they had villagers, but she wasn't in that movie.
Oh, I understand. So they kind of just threw her in. Oh yeah, because I saw parts of Kong and never like really like sat down to watch the whole thing because like, you know, just busy with school. I'm like, okay, I watch and I get too much anxiety watching the movie, and I'm like, okay, do homework now. But you know, that's my own fault right there. I mean, yeah, I'm surprised they didn't have like a big meetup or something. Because usually in these kind of movies they always have like a big.
Yeah, like, oh hey, hi, who are you?
Yeah, like they all you know, shake hands, like, oh, who are you? I mean, they did kind of have that, like, you know, with the dad and everything, like, and then
see, now I'm just starting to think of the other movies, like Monarch, where the girl's from, and the dad.
Yeah,
that was huge in the other movie, but this was like,
yeah, because that was the other company kind of.
Yeah, that's trying to tame the apex predators, but and then in this movie, Godzilla vs. Kong, they didn't even mention Monarch very much.
Well, they because remember one of the facilities they went to was like an old Monarch facility. I'm not sure if you caught that.
Oh, I don't think I caught that.
Or yeah, I remember them mentioning something about Monarch, or maybe I could be wrong, but I thought they went to like a Monarch facility.
Well, they had a Monarch like camp, and I'm assuming.
Okay, yeah,
but I think that's just for damage control after Godzilla, because Godzilla destroyed wherever they went.
Yeah,
and then they showed up to like clean up, and then same thing in Hong Kong when Godzilla was going towards the apex place. Monarch came to, I don't know, assume like clean up or whatever.
Oh yeah, and actually, what'd you think about like the whole like setting though? Because I know like I thought that was an interesting choice. The whole Hong Kong, like, I don't know, like, again, the lore, like maybe there's a special reason why. Because I thought traditionally, you know, they kind of just set in Japan or something.
It was cool. I maybe because it's like lights and then like,
yeah, I mean, I've never been, so like I don't know, like they could have just like made everything up and
well, that's why I said it is like, if we drill down right now, can we go to Hong Kong and check out this place?
But yeah, because I really like how they made it look like almost like this like cyberpunk.
Yeah, like futuristic.
Yeah, they made it look really futuristic, and because something I enjoy in these kind of movies is when they try to incorporate like a little bit more reality to it. So like they try to at least make it make sense, like how it would potentially be in like the real world,
right?
Like, cause like with the tech and all that stuff, it was really cool when they showed it off. And again, with like the Hollow Earth theory, it's like they incorporate things from like theories from real life into the lore, and then like, you know, like I was mentioning to you, like during the movie, how I really enjoyed how like they even had like, oh, CNN showed up and was like, oh, look at this. Like, it just adds that more touch of realism. Like, wow, these things are really in the world. Like, it just gets you into it more. Right. So I appreciated that. I don't know about you.
Yeah, I can agree with that. What did you think of the underground like tunnel thing? I feel like that's kind of what like Elon Musk wants to make.
Oh yeah,
yeah, tunnel elevator.
Yeah,
I don't know
like
what it's
where
called,
it's like a bullet train for like shipping cargo. Like, yeah, that was cool.
600 and like something miles per hour going all the way to Hong Kong. I was like, man, if Elon Musk is doing that,
yeah, I don't know if he's doing that, but yeah, I don't know how that would work. But what'd you think of the whole like reverse gravitational thing? Like, if you go in, then gravity reverses on itself, and then like,
I mean, I don't really understand why. But I mean, you probably do, but it was interesting. I mean, did they need to? Because it just goes back to what it was the center of wherever Godzilla was sleeping. Like, how come that didn't happen? And so it's like, where was that gravitational reverse pull of whatever in the other movie when?
I don't know.
So it's like, I'm trying to see if there's like two different areas. I don't know, because I thought they went to the center of the earth as well.
Well, because from my understanding, because I'm dumb, I thought like all the stuff was underwater. Yeah. Like it was all in the ocean. Like that's where all the monsters came from. But I think that was Pacific Rim.
I think that was literally Pacific Rim.
Like, I was like, yeah, never mind. Oops, yeah, no, like.
Well, no, it's just because I feel like.
Well, they kind of implied like there was more monsters like in the water, like in the ocean. Yeah. And so like I don't know where what the direction's gonna be for this kind of thing.
Yeah, because I just felt like, wait, what happened to Godzilla's home, or is that somewhere else? Is that in a hollow Earth, or is King Kong separated?
So yeah, so like that whole hollow Earth thing. So does that mean like, is there multiple Godzillas or multiple King Kongs?
See, that's again, I don't. That's what I'm trying to find out.
Because man, imagine having like, little daydreaming here. Like that'd be pretty sick. Seeing a bunch of Godzillas like
fight each other.
Like like a little like hollow Earth war. Ooh, like Hollow Wars or something like that. Ooh,
write that down. Oh. Whoever's listening, write that down.
Yeah.
But credit us first.
Gotta copyright that. Warner Brothers, hit me up.
Well, no, because so again, in Kong Skull Island, Kong's family was there too. So it's kind of confusing me, because if his family's there, how'd they get there? And then how did they get in the Hollow Earth?
Yeah. I mean,
see what I'm saying? Or is it like an alternate like universe inside of our Earth or something? Or
not an alternate universe. I think it's just like again, Journey to the Center of the Earth. No, I'm just kidding about that. Someone's gonna be upset about that one, but no, like I think what it was, from my limited knowledge, it was that it was just where all these things spawn and created from. Like that's what they mentioned. But I wish they did. I mean, I know we were just complaining like, oh, the plot gets in the way and the people and whatever. But I would have really enjoyed like if they went over that a little bit more. I don't know.
Well, yeah, because that's where the monsters come from. So of course we want to know where that's from. Like,
yeah, because like, well, the monsters they did show up. They look kind of cool, but they were smaller. But I don't know, like the whole like origin thing. I've been interested in like if they were gonna go in any direction with this, I would have liked them to go in that direction.
Right.
But because I feel like otherwise I don't really care about the people. I care more about like what's because like when Kong was like down and like, oh man, like he was about to die and everything, like I was like, oh no. But like one of the humans died. I was like, okay, who cares about you? Like, you know what I mean? Like
let's move on. We'll go back to the monsters.
Yeah, like I care more about the monsters, which is of course what should be happening. But I don't know. Like I really want them to explore the whole Hollow Earth and like connected, and I don't know. Like I think. Because Pacific Rim's not connected to this at all, right?
No.
But I think it would be cool, like, to kind of see if we can, like, do a crossover, like...
Oh, like going through the crack of Pacific Rim shows up in, like, the hollow center of this movie?
Yeah, or I don't know, like, somehow, like...
That'd be interesting.
Somehow mesh, like, the whole idea of Pacific Rim, like, the whole, like, mecha fighting thing. Because that was cool, especially when they had Mega Godzilla. Like, that was fun. But, like, I would have liked to... I don't know, like... It didn't have to be like Power Rangers-esque, like, all right, team.
Yeah, like, but maybe, somebody saw this and is like, hey, maybe we can make it like a Gundam movie.
Oh, a live-action Gundam? Ooh, that would be fun. Like, that's what I felt like the direction.
Live-action
I don't
Darling
know, like maybe
Franks, please?
Live-action Darling in the Franxx. Well, we all know how that ended, so.
Well, we'll skip the ending of that movie and then just keep the fan service. Anyways.
Yeah. We'll keep the Dino Girls in. That's all I'm asking. That's all I'm asking, Warner Brothers. Keep the
It was
Dino
cool, though.
Girls.
Like, Mecha Godzilla, I really liked how he looked. I mean, in past versions of him, he was a little bit chunkier, but...
He was a chunky boy?
Yeah, he was a chunky boy. I actually think I have a toy, but...
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if that's...
But yeah, he was cool. It was interesting that somebody else controlled him. And then, like, why did he lose control? Or why did he...
Oh, okay, yeah, because that was because they weren't making, like, the connection and, like, the power or something like that, and...
So he just... Well, who took over? The Hydra?
Yeah. Okay. The head of the monster took over and wanted to fight, basically, which was cool, too. Like, I felt like... So, would you say, like, even... Because I know you had Kong and Godzilla. They both had to fight him to take him down. But they weren't at full strength. Do you think, like, Godzilla could have taken him down full strength?
Okay, so I was going to say that. They took him down pretty darn easy. And it's like, was Mecha Godzilla only good because they're already like pretty much like half dead already? Because like when they both joined forces, Mecha Godzilla's done. Like he just instantly lost.
Yeah. At one point, I thought they were just gonna like rip his arms off or something.
I mean, I guess it's because they spilled his alcoholic drink on the computer, which I.
No, yeah, and so that did kind of give him that little like advantage.
Which also to me doesn't kind of make sense because if he controls himself or whatever, why did the computer stop him?
Oh yeah. Well,
am I just looking too much into this?
No. Because you have the cyber link, because the link still needs to happen either way. So the computer helps that, and it kind of like controls the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
So that I think that's why, like when they spilled it, it kind of stopped it for a second. I think it just kind of interrupted the connection. Yeah, actually, you know what? Look, kind of thinking into it.
It just didn't make sense to me, I guess.
Like, okay, so they spilled it, right?
Yeah.
Or maybe we're being dumb here, so,
And then it's like, oh, now I can't work.
So, spilled it, and then it just kind of, like, died out for a second, and then connected.
That's what, I don't...
So like when...
Or what happened to the pilot? Like, because I knew even in the school...
Well, it seemed like they killed the pilot. I mean, he was a cool character, the pilot, too.
Yeah, I did like him. He had some kind of, like, moral compass.
Yeah, he was like, no, we have to wait.
Yeah.
It's not ready. But, granted, I would be like, I don't know if it's moral compass. I think it'd be like, yo, I know I can die.
Like survival instinct, I guess,
he got electrocuted. So let's be honest. Like, it'd be like, no,
I just didn't really understand that. So it's like, if the pilot wasn't controlling him and then it blew up in there, that means... Is he still connected to that?
Wait, so then the little kid killed the pilot? No, I'm just kidding.
I don't know, maybe.
Yeah, he's like, oh, spill the alcohol. Oh man, but I don't know. I think it was just like, yeah, maybe. I mean, again, it's plot. It's nitpicking at this point.
Yeah, it's just nitpicking.
Like, I'm just thinking.
Why was the sky blue instead of red?
Yeah,
or whatever.
Why isn't the science matching up, man? No.
Why was the Mecha Godzilla chunky?
Yeah,
I did like his laser beam though. That was
that
really
was pretty
cool.
sick. I don't really know. Like, I'm trying to remember. We literally just watched the movie too. That's the worst part. Yeah, so
it's because now we're nitpicking. So
no. Now
was this a good movie?
I have to think about this. No. Like, so he spilled the alcohol. It made him shut down for a second, and then he booted back up. So at that point. Because I'm not sure, did the dude get electrocuted before? No, he got electrocuted before the alcohol got spilled on him.
Yeah,
right?
Remember how you turned to the bad guy? He's like
dead.
Just stomped. So it's like, I don't.
Yeah, so he was already dead. He was gone. And then
maybe he was stronger. I don't know. See, I don't. Because he was about to kill Kong. Yeah. Oh no, and then they spilled the alcohol, and then Godzilla shot his laser beam at Kong's axe. Yeah. And then that's when they won. Right?
Yeah, because it just went it just chopped it off. So then it seems like Godzilla and Kong are like connected. Like they're maybe like two balances.
Yeah, maybe they're supposed to be allies.
They're like kind of maybe they balance each other.
I feel like maybe we should have looked this all up.
yeah, before we look like idiots on the internet.
It was cool though. I just really liked how Godzilla was shown more, and he had a personality. He looked like he was having fun. Yeah. Kong was just, he was getting his butt whooped, of course.
Yeah, they did him so dirty, man.
Yeah, and maybe it's because he was like sedated 88% or something.
That's true. Like, have you ever get your wisdom teeth removed? Have you ever tried to get in a street fight? Like.
Well, I mean, I was knocked out and I walked out in a wheelchair, so that tells you.
Yeah.
That tells you what happens with my sedation.
They nerfed him, so that's not his fault. But yeah, I mean, going in, who did you think was gonna win?
I thought Godzilla was going to win.
Yeah, I mean, okay, because I was partial to King Kong winning because monkey, of course. But
that logic is flawless.
Yes. I don't know really like what to. I didn't have expectations coming into the movie, so it was good.
Do you think that's in part because we don't know exactly what's going on to like the fullest extent? Or do you think it's just because it's just gonna be another like
I mean we're
just
casuals when it comes to this, so I don't know like how the hardcore fans feel.
Because I know even the trailers they picked out Mecha Godzilla just from like a frame, and it's like how the heck did they do that? So it's like I feel like if I knew that, which I did, I think it kind of downplayed Mecha Godzilla for me.
Well, like something that I've been trying to avoid now is just trailers. It's so hard to avoid the trailers because it's like it's unskippable ads sometimes, and like so it's just like but. Yeah, like, because it was not that this movie was under my radar. Like, I always had it in mind to watch. But I'm not, like, a super mega fan who's like, oh, I have to know exactly. Because, like, sometimes I feel like you end up spoiling it a little for yourself. I mean, it's always fun to, like, look through the trailer and try to find, like, clues, but
it's like trailers shouldn't be so telling. I feel like the movie should be like, all right, it's Godzilla vs Kong. Let's show a little fight scene and that's it.
A little more of a tease.
Yeah, like I don't want to know what's happening. I don't want to know because there's some trailers where it literally tells you the whole movie. And you go watch the movie and it's like, oh, I already knew everything happened.
Or the worst part is when the trailer's better than the movie, and you're just like, hire that guy, whoever edited
Marvel
the
movies,
trailer. I don't know.
It's just Warner Brothers strikes again. Dang it.
Yeah, I hate their new logo too, though. I'm not sure. Like, I'm not a fan of that weird like modern.
And we did go on a rant about Warner Brothers last episode. So we'll cut them a break.
Yeah, we're never getting an ad deal or anything from them. They're like,
if we do, we love Warner Brothers.
Yeah. We'll simp for them.
They're not bad. Just DC division is bad.
No, I don't know, like, because my worry is like every now and then they reboot these kind of movies, right? Like every, it feels like every 10 years or so, like when people are like, because I feel like monster movies like this or like monster fighting movies, they've kind of gone almost the way of the Western movies, where it's like there's only like one or two, like there was a whole like Renaissance era of like, oh, like monster movie this and that and like the classics, right? But I feel like also like with Western movies it's kind of died down. Where do you kind of see it going? Like, because I know we were trying to like we were already mentioning this earlier, because is it going to be like a dead genre now for like another 5-10 years, and then they'll revitalize it and reboot it? Like what do you think?
I mean, like, well, I'm trying to think. There's no really other iconic monsters like Godzilla, right?
Do you feel like maybe it's just time to make new monsters? Like, because I feel like Hollywood plays it too safe. Everyone knows who Godzilla is. Everyone knows who's King Kong.
Like the old school Godzilla from like 2000 that failed, so let's try again.
Yeah, and I think they're just not willing to make new monsters. I mean, it's so hard to make iconic monsters like this.
Yeah,
and so
they're too scared. I think
like to go out on a limb, because whenever they do, it's just hard, because it's like you have so many years and like fans are like built around it, and so like to start fresh now. I think Hollywood's just not willing to put in the effort like that. I don't see them.
They should feel like, because like, okay, it's like they rebooted it. All the fans are like loving these movies.
Yeah, from what I can tell, everyone seems to be enjoying these movies a lot.
Either like continue it, or talk about a monster that you haven't talked about yet. They shouldn't be too
I would
scared.
love, like how you're saying, mecha. Do like a mecha like movie.
Yeah.
About
like,
the whole
look,
thing.
like how cool Mecha Godzilla looks, like with now technology, and like it's getting better and better. Like imagine just like watching a robot movie.
Yeah,
just, like doing it out.
Yeah,
like, I would love that.
I think it would be cool if they did like like you kind of mentioned like Pacific Rim kind of thing. I'm not sure if like that's a cardinal sin or something like within that community.
They're different, okay?
No, I mean, no, yeah, definitely they're different, but I would just love to see like a little mecha, or I don't know, like maybe they're just gonna bring in aliens and then like they're just gonna like.
Oh, that's a monster. Oh, I mean, I guess are those considered monsters, like Alien and Predator?
Well, yeah, like a bunch of predators come down, like Alien versus Predator.
But see, they don't reboot those; they just continue them.
That's true.
And
like so the alien from the Alien movies, come down, and that actually.
See?
Hold up.
Warner Brothers. Warner Brothers.
We love you. Get in contact with us. Yeah.
We love your DC universe. No.
Well, yeah, Justice League was good, like we mentioned before, but everything else been well.
But there's like okay, besides I guess because Alien and Predator is considered a monster, right? I don't know what what's the definition of monster, I guess.
Well, I guess because what we're really talking about here are like the big giant monsters,
right?
Because again, like the monster verse that they have for this is like, and I don't know if that's the proper terminology, but that's what I've heard it being like referred to as most.
Well, what if they do like Monster Hunter movies?
Monster Hunter movie? Well, I did.
Okay. We're gonna talk about Monster. I haven't seen it, but I saw the trailer. And I think I only want to see it because of Diablos, the monster. Have you played Monster Hunter games?
Okay, because I know like I played a little bit like Monster Hunter with you, and then like after that I kind of just stopped.
If I'm probably watching the movie.
Is that the Red Dragon one?
Diablos?
Yeah.
No, he's with the big horns. He's usually in the desert.
He's
like yellowish.
You know what? I think I got stuck at that point, and I was like, all right, forget this game. This game sucks.
Monster Hunter World?
Yeah.
Anyways, I'm not like a avid Monster Hunter fanatic because I just started. But if they can do, I'm going to watch the movie. If that's like a decent movie, I would like for them to kind of...
Because I heard it bombed like really bad.
It did, yes, terribly. But I saw the trailer and it's like, oh, I kind of like the concept.
Yeah, but they set it into like the whole like modern world. I don't know. Like,
well, it's like time, or not time travel. It's like they went through like a dimension. Or
I mean,
something.
I never watched it, but just
yeah, again, I haven't watched it either. But it's like I would like to see monster movies kind of like that. Like maybe they should tap into the Monster Hunter universe if it's good.
Yeah, I mean, I guess they should have done kind of like the classic bow and arrow kind of lance and shield stuff. I don't know. I'm trying to.
Cause like I don't. Where do you go from here after Godzilla? There's really no monsters unless we're totally ignoring somebody that we don't know.
Oh yeah, I mean, cause like my some of my friends are like more into watching like the classic Godzilla stuff, and
have you seen an old school Godzilla movie?
Yeah, it's just like them playing with little like
it's
toys.
like a puppet and he's like.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I feel like there's a little charm to those kind of movies.
Yeah,
because I love old movies like that. I really appreciate them.
Cute.
Yeah, I mean, of course, you're never gonna get an audience to watch that. Like, it will bomb. Like now. Like, so I feel like you just have to put those like on the streaming services, like HBO Max was. But I don't know, like, and I'm trying to wrap my head around like what we can really do with this, because I like it. I see the potential, especially with this movie. I do like the versus lineup stuff. I've always been a fan of like versus movies and stuff like that. Alien versus Predator. I always feel like, while they may never get like critical acclaim, like of course, they're not gonna be at like the Sundance Festival and like
Golden Globe winners or anything.
Yeah, like
they should though for CGI, at least this one.
Yeah, I do feel like that, but I think I would like to see. I don't know. I don't know about like aliens coming in and all that stuff. That's a little more out there, but I feel like almost you can probably interpret it.
I don't know
different ways. I don't know.
I don't think they can just leave this universe alone. There's so many like huge fans of it from like back in the old days. Because this story is from like 1954.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like maybe I mean, no pun intended. It just has to evolve. Like it just has to
like add more monsters to the universe, maybe.
Yeah, like and because I think we always keep going back to like just adding new monsters, and I think we have to just make something so iconic. But I think it's hard. It's hard to just.
So there's no way. It's like, how do you beat Godzilla when he's been around for like?
Yeah, I mean, like the boy's got atomic breath. like he's got a nuclear bomb. Basically like on the go. I don't know, like, because with the whole like Mega Godzilla and everything, I thought that was cool. That was a cool thing, but almost like they prematurely did it. I don't know. Maybe they should just focus on Kong versus Godzilla. Done another movie because like you were saying, like
it was like a 2-minute fight It
was a 2-minute fight. Like the Godzilla and Kong fight was fun, but it did feel like a little quick. It didn't overstay its welcome. Yeah, I do concede.
So do you feel like they just kind of tacked that on with this movie?
You think like maybe
like they just decided to add it last minute or something? Because it's Godzilla versus Kong. Like, why did they bring in Mecha Godzilla?
You're right.
You see what I'm trying to like?
I understand what you're saying. Like, because it's not Mecha Godzilla versus.
It's
Godzilla.
Not Godzilla and Kong versus somebody else. It was supposed to be those two.
Yeah, because they didn't make it seem like it was going to be like a team-up movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was a little forced, I feel like, when they were all fighting. It was like, okay, now we're friends kind of thing. I don't know.
See, that I do feel like...
I know, I keep saying I don't know, but...
It's because we don't know, but I feel like, I don't know, maybe they didn't have to have Mecha Godzilla. I feel like he wasn't... I don't want to say it. He's like, wasn't necessary. Like, if it was just Godzilla versus
I felt
Kong,
like maybe they could have done, like, prototype Mecha Godzilla, and then they could have kind of, like, alluded to, like, but there's going to be an even stronger one later on.
Right.
I think that would have been a little bit better if they kind of, like, implied. But because there's no end credits, there was no... I don't know. We haven't looked up to see if there's going to be, like, any future iterations of this. And I don't know. Maybe it's still premature because, like, this is kind of, new.
Yeah, like, literally 20 minutes ago. But so like what if they did it so like how Godzilla pretty much won against Kong and like that was gonna be the ending, and then all of a sudden Mecha Godzilla comes out of the hill like he did, and then boom, movie's over.
Oh man, I feel like that would have been such like
is that too much of a
tease?
That
would have been too much. I think it would have been like, maybe it would have been better if they would have just been like, oh, now how are we going to beat Godzilla? Because King Kong was like...
He got smacked.
Yeah, like he was our last hope. And then, they could have like implied it at the end, like, oh, maybe we have Mecha. Or maybe like we're growing more monsters or something.
Oh, but okay,
but you see, because, well, how I see it is that I don't want them to milk the series, because I feel like then, again, we're just only encouraging them to milk the series more.
Or keep rebooting
and maybe it's good just to, as is, end of story, this is good, we're done. I think there is a potential for it to continue. Just maybe I wouldn't want to say reboot, because like
I can't keep rebooting it. Like,
what is this, like the 10th reboot? Yeah. Okay, like let's do the Gundam. Let's do the Gundam. That's all I'm saying. And then we can kind of,
or maybe do another story about Kong since he's in the Hollow Earth or whatever. Maybe
because Kong's only had one movie, right?
Yeah.
Outside of this, I feel like you can kind of like it's like him maybe discovering others of his kind, or I don't know how, like the lore again behind that. So I'm not sure if that's like a thing, but also too, I feel like we should kind of break away from the lore. I know that's kind of like a harmful thing to say sometimes, like because.
Well, I mean, you can break away from the lore, but just do it like respectfully, I guess.
Yeah, no, of course, keeping like respect to like what's been built up. Like, don't just start like incorporating unnecessary stuff like fluff. I think of course, you hand it over to someone who really loves the series. I think that could be a potentially like a good avenue to kind of push this whole like monster universe and I don't know. I think you could do crossovers. I don't know how that would be done.
That'd be very interesting, though.
Yeah.
I'm not too sure I would want that, but I don't know. Or maybe just do another movie, like Godzilla goes and checks up on Kong, and then Kong's dead or something. I don't know.
That'd be kind of spicy, though. I don't know what would you do. It's like, no, we can't kill off our properties like this. Like,
well, it's because Kong went there and his whole family's like, or his whole whatever is dead.
Kong has like a little Kong family.
Yeah,
you got little monkeys.
Yeah, like where's Little Kong or something? Little Kong.
Diddy Kong? Oh, sorry.
We can't say Nintendo because then that's for sure.
Yeah.
Copyright. Different story. I don't know. I just feel like there's a lot of like maybe different ways they could have gone. Like I don't believe Godzilla is just gonna be like, all right, it was a draw. Let's leave. See ya.
Yeah, I do think that was a little bit.
Because they keep saying it's like, oh, Godzilla's the apex. He's the king. Blah blah blah. He wants to kill, Kong because he's a threat. And then it's like they both team up for like 2 minutes, and then Godzilla's like, all right, never mind.
He's like, deuces.
Yeah,
he's out of existence.
Yeah,
and then
he's like, see ya. I'm going to go make a family.
See you in the next movie, man. We count these fat stacks.
Yeah. I don't know. I think we are just nitpicking now.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was a good movie. It was a good monster movie. If it was just nothing but monsters duking it out, it would have still been a good movie, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, yeah. Like, it's still like, I mean, because we're, kind of going over, I mean, we're not going scene by scene here, but I mean, it still holds up. I think it's good, especially for the times we're in. It's just like, it's good just to sit monkey brain, watch it.
Which movie should
popcorn. Be like that. Yeah, I mean, like, I'm not expecting this to be like some Oscar-winning, performance on Godzilla.
Kombat,
like, I don't see Godzilla going up there with like, oh yeah.
Yeah, when they do that.
Acceptance speech and everything.
I would like to thank humans for being eaten by me.
Yeah.
I don't know how they do that, but
I like to thank the pilot that I threw across the room.
Oh, yeah. Sorry about you and your family.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. What do you think of that? Just where he just yeeted the fighter pilot? I feel like this one was a little bit more violent, too, this movie.
Yeah, they just don't care about humans, and they're just demolishing them.
Because I think it was the first, like, Godzilla movie, like, that's, like, around this, that I felt like it was a little too safe. Like, whenever they had, like, humans kind of, like, dying, it was kind of like, oh, pan away. Maybe I'm remembering it incorrect.
Did they show them getting, like, stepped on? Not really. But, see, that just goes to them not really showing Godzilla.
Because I felt like they were kind of more showing like his legs a lot in the movie.
Yeah, and then like you hear his scream, and then that's like about it.
Yeah.
Because I think this is the movie where you see like Godzilla.
Yeah, I was actually really surprised. Like, because like first thing I said was like, wow, they really kicked up the budget.
Yeah.
Like, because it was just
maybe,
really. Yeah, like I don't know, maybe they just devoted a couple extra bucks to it, but or they gave it more time, or because I know like this whole thing. I think it was, if I remember correctly, it was supposed to be released a little bit earlier, right? Or maybe I'm confusing with.
I think you might be confusing because I'm pretty sure they said, oh yeah, for sure this year.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't know because like half the movies are always getting pushed back now, so.
Yeah.
Like Mortal Kombat, well.
Oh, I'm actually that is
are we gonna
topic for a potential future episode.
This is spoilers for a possible episode. I feel like we should talk about Mortal Kombat and video game movies.
Yes, like I think that like I mean, of course, let us know like if that's something you'd want us to like talk about, because I like Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat 10 was fun. I never got 11. I never got too into it because they kind of slowed down the combat, or they did something a little bit that I just don't know. Maybe it wasn't slowing down, but it was just something that felt a little bit off for me.
Mm-hmm.
But I've always been a fan. I'm like, so it's. I used to play. I'm not sure if you remember this, like plug-in, like connect.
Oh yeah. I know exactly where you're going with
this.
Where
you have the three like cords, and you plug them in, like the red.
The feels, yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Because of course, like, you know, growing up, my mom didn't want me to have too much violence and all that. But I remember my dad coming in because, you know, he loved Mortal Kombat.
Oh my gosh.
And I remember him like handing me this joystick and he goes, okay, look, this is Mortal Kombat. And then remember too, like places like Nintendo, they had to censor the blood and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. And so I remember playing it. It was the original, like kind of like ripped off version because like it was so like such a janky little like joystick. But yeah, like I've always enjoyed Mortal Kombat, and because I just feel like they never do like game movies right. I always feel like they
but have you been kind of like keeping up with the news? I guess it's probably like the segment where we talk about a possible next episode, but
yeah.
Have you been hearing like some news about Mortal Kombat?
I haven't been keeping up you know, with it too much, but it is something that I'm kind of interested in.
It's like a hard rated R apparently, to the point where it was almost not rated R because of like how much violence.
That much? And
like the fatalities he was saying. He's keeping everything faithful to like the fights and everything.
Who's the director for this?
I have no idea.
Oh, okay.
But he says that of course he added the character for, you know, plot reasons and all that, but he's staying truthful to the lore of the game. He's like, I'm trying not to mess around with how the game's, you know, set up.
I mean, to be honest, like the story mode for Mortal Kombat isn't always the best. It's always usually entertaining at least. But
I think it leaves it open to add characters, obviously.
No, yeah, of course. Like, and so I just want to see, is it Goro and like?
Yeah, when they first showed him in the trailer, I was like,
he was so cool.
I was like, please let this be a good
movie.
Just
rip someone in half. That's all I needed. Like,
well, I have such high hopes for that because they showed literally ripping off Jax's arms.
Yeah,
and it's like, man. And then, like, you know, Scorpion saying, get over here.
Well, you know, I wasn't too happy about the get over here kind of thing. Not that, like...
Forced?
No, I think maybe, like, it just has to be a little bit meatier if it makes sense. Like, it needs to be...
yeah.
Like, I don't know. I mean, I can't replicate it. I can never do it justice. But, yeah, so that's a potential new episode, you know, and then...
Because it is a video game movie, and I feel like there is a lot of video game movies that suck.
Oh yeah, I mean you. What's like one good video game movie like?
Rampage. I don't really like the Lara Croft series. Nope, Warcraft was a good movie.
What about those Resident Evil movies?
Anyways,
yeah.
Well, they're actually rebooting that.
Oh really?
So maybe we should talk about that.
Oh well, this is a little bit of a gaming news section now, right? I mean, I don't mind going off track a little bit because like these are potential topics. Like, I mean, of course, like. If there's anything you guys want to hear, just send it to us.
Send us
like,
the news.
If you want us to talk about it, certain articles or whatever, like, because like we want to be like building a community and like really like involved and like talking to people. So like, yeah, don't be afraid to reach out. We won't bite.
These first few episodes
will
be
friends.
Yeah, that's again Ricky speaking.
Yeah.
No, I mean it's our very first few episode. It helps any critiquing and all that. So
yeah,
just don't be too mean. Yeah.
We have heard from
like just don't say like our voices sound like 12-year-olds or something.
Yes, I already know that.
Well, I thought mine sounded like a 12-year-old, but apparently not. Anyways.
Well, some future like episode topics, like of course, like we have like the Last of Us movie, or not movie, TV series, and so apparently, from what I've heard, they're gonna follow the series kind of faithfully, but they are gonna diverge in certain episodes and stuff like that. So I don't know if people would be interested in us doing like first impressions or seeing us do like a total review of the whole series and wait, or kind of do like a little bit of both, or do like like we mentioned like episode by episode as like mini little content pieces that we do on the side.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I mean, there's always potential, and if there's certain things like people want us to do, you know, like I think it'd be good for you guys to like just reach out because. You know, we're learning, so be patient, you know, stick around. Hopefully, you know, things will be really fun. And
we'll definitely be doing this for a very long time.
Yeah, like we're enjoying this. So yeah, like
as you can clearly see, we like ranting, rambling on. We did this
making
before.
ourselves look smart.
Yeah, now we're just putting it live for everybody.
Now people can tell us we look dumb.
Yeah, I'm okay with that though. You know, at least people are listening. But yeah, so should we wrap it up?
I think we should.
All right, so it's basically thank you for listening. Thank you for stopping by. Again, don't forget to like, subscribe, download.
Do all the
share,
obligatory comments or something. Be like, wow, good,
I don't
know. Stroke our egos a little bit.
You know, just shoot us a message saying, hey, we're two idiots too, or, you know, if you can relate with us.
Yeah, like, you know, if you agree with us, you know, let us know. If you have a different opinion, you know, just, you know, let us know. Like, I think, yeah, it'd be cool to, like, you know, talk to people.
And I think
about this.
in the future, when we do kind of start touching more on video games and anime, we might either play like a video game live, which will be on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/MrFin05.
Yep, good plug, good plug. Woo. Yeah, and so we always are looking out for like new things because, well, recently it's just because you had like Justice League come out and Godzilla. We're hoping to kind of set up like a system where maybe we go into like a movie and then a video game, but you know, I mean, we don't control when these things come out, so we want to keep it like, because we are pop culture, we love everything, and if there's certain things, even if it's outside of our scope and you just want our opinion on it, or you know, just whatever it is, I mean, our opinion's never really valid, but just to get our thoughts. But
well, because you know, there might be somebody that agrees with us, but it's like a minority, right?
yeah, it's like two dudes, but so check us out on all the medias. You know, we're at past the pop culture across everything. I think we're the only one, so this really shouldn't be confusion. Our
emblem's pretty easily
easily identifiable, hopefully. And then
if it's not, let us know and we'll go after those people. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I think that's about it, right?
But yeah, you know, just make sure to check us out next week. You know, Friday, 12 o'clock p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Thanks for listening, guys.
See ya.